Thank you, Chair. My name is Eric B. I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I am David Martin, MC Chief Philemon, member of this committee.
Okay, the Honorable Eric B is just a member. Is he an MC? Maybe for the benefit of those who are in the public gallery.
Thank you once again, Chair. MC representing great people, Gabriel Arctic Ward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is I represent Kurgat Ward, a member of this committee.
Anthony Ruto, MC Philemon, and also member of this committee.
Thank you. I'm Julius Sila, Central Howard, and member of the committee.
Thank you so much. My name is Francis Terev, representing the great people of Kurgat. I'm a member of this committee. Welcome.
Chair, Philemon, MC representing Commercial, the leader of Majority County Assembly of Kericho, and the Vice Chair of this committee. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Leader of Majority. Myself is Patrick Mutai, the Chairman Appointment Committee, as well as the Speaker of this great County Assembly of Kericho. Our Secretariat, please introduce yourselves to the nominee.
I'm Sharon Mudou, Deputy Clerk, LBP.
My name is Billy Kurgat, Clerk of the Committee.
My name is Peter, the legal officer.
My name is Abraham Langat of Administration. Welcome.
My name is Kurgat, Research Officer.
Sharon Nominee, Legal Officer.
I'm sorry for that. We should now introduce the honorable members present before the Secretariat. So that is a breach of protocol. But you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations, your nominee. My name is Hezron Kimien.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Honorable Rotich. I represent the good people of the Retreat, Majority Whip, County Assembly, and National Vice Chair of Kenya. Thank you, Chairman. Very good.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Rotich. Okay, I want to believe that those who are in the public gallery are the visitors or supporters of Philemon Kurgat. I don't know. Have you been informed of Sergeant Adams? Okay, thank you. So those who are in the public gallery, you are welcome to follow our proceedings. We are also live on our Facebook page, and we shall be proceeding. Of course, we don't expect any contribution from those who are in the public gallery. You limit yourself as you consult with low tones, and we hope that you will not be cheering when Philemon will be answering the questions. This is House of Rules and Procedures. So we'll now proceed to the administering of the oath to Philemon Kurgat. And you confirm is a Christian or is a Muslim? You are a Muslim. Okay.
I'm a Christian.
All right.
I, Philemon Kurgat, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
All right. Thank you, Philemon Kurgat, for that. as you know, the reason why you are before this committee, we are here to vet your suitability, whether you are suitable for the position of CEC as nominated by the governor, and just to guide you, maybe a few guidelines is that honorable members, as we all know, that if you want to ask, make a comment, observe, make observation, is you do it through the chairman. That applies to you, Philemon. And this will be an interactive session, so feel free. We expect that whatever you will be informing us, or whatever you will be asked, you will be saying nothing but the truth. And we also expect you to be with us for an approximately 1 hour. It's 10:25, so by 11:25, depending on the circumstances, we expect that we shall be through with you with this vetting exercise. So you are welcome. I think we shall proceed, and we shall be asking you a number of questions just to test your suitability. It's nothing else. And before us we have the vetting tool criteria, other than the other questionnaires that we have, or any other questions or comments that members may want to ask you to test whether you are suitable for the position of CEC in charge of should be water. Maybe you can confirm to us that you have been nominated to be in charge of which docket, Philemon?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've been nominated for the position of CEC, Water, Energy, Environment, Forestry and Natural Resources.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I had forgotten, so thank you for reminding me. So we will move quickly. Philemon will introduce yourself to us, and I'll request you to introduce yourself comprehensively, and you know what I mean, from of course your name, educational background, what you have been doing. Who is Philemon in short? Who is Philemon Kurgat? And maybe as you introduce yourself, you also relate your introduction to the docket that you have been nominated to, if you will accept. So you will also include the date of birth, place of birth. Let's not omit that. Of course, before we proceed with that introduction, you will also you share with us your original documents, so that we can go through it here. We'll be picking some of the information that we have. I know, honorable members, you have in your files the CV of Philemon Kurgat, but those are the original documents that we expect that you confirm whether whatever has been sent by the office of the governor tallies or matches with what Philemon has brought this morning. So Philemon, without wasting more time, just introduce yourself to this committee, and introduce yourself as much as you can, and you take your time, because it shall assist us in picking a few of the information that we require to let you. You can proceed when you are ready.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chairman, and thank you, honorable members, for giving me this opportunity to be with you this morning here in this process of vetting. I appreciate the fact that you've been able to grant me this opportunity to be with you this morning. I will want to introduce myself as guided by the Honorable Chair. And my names are Philemon Kurgat. Philemon was born and bred in Kericho from a ward called Kabianga Ward. I went through my schooling at Nyabangi Primary School in Mobila location, and later on I joined Kericho High School for my O levels. After Kericho High School, I went to train at Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology in Nakuru, where I graduated with a certificate in the craft final, plumbing and building services. I then again went to follow my training at Kenya Water Institute in Nairobi, where I also graduated with a diploma in water engineering. And later on, that was in 2006. Later on, I joined the University of Nairobi for my degree program. And I graduated at the University of Nairobi in 2014 with a PSc degree in geology, which deals with a lot to do with ground water and minerals, environmental geology, and a number of other related issues to do with this universe of ours, including issues to do with how this universe was created and what it carries down there. So when I left Kenya Water Institute in 2006, I went to do some work with an institution, an NGO called Excellent Development Kenya, which I was dealing with service water. We were doing construction of dams in the sites of Eastern, the Makueni area, and parts of Kitui. So we were trying to harvest service water because majority of their water can only be harvested through sand dams because they don't have permanent rivers. So I did that for 1 year, and then later on I got the opportunity to go and work with Kenya Water Institute in 2009, around February, where I was employed as a laboratory technologist in charge of research lab. So we'd be doing a lot of research activities, and I would really be the one who does the collection and analysis of those water samples. Mostly we were looking at the water samples. We were just mapping areas, like for example we'd go to an area like Magadi, we do map all the water resources and collect samples and come and have a look at it, if it can be able to assist people from that area, or if we can also be able to advise on policy in terms of what are the alternatives if the water may not be palatable, it cannot be used by the people of that area. That is what I've been doing for some time at Kenya Water Institute before we acquired our drilling machine. When we acquired our drilling machine, I was moved from Department of Water Resources to Consultancy and Technical Services, where I've been working there as the principal officer in Consultancy and Technical Services, until when I got this opportunity to be nominated as as a candidate for CEC for water, energy, environment, forestry and natural resources. The one bit I can say is that during my working at Kenya Water Institute, I've had the opportunity to transverse almost all around the country, including all the way from Turkana, mapping groundwater, because at some point we were engaged by the county government of Turkana to survey their boreholes. I've been also able to do borehole surveys and drilling for Taita Taveta County. I can say we did around 53 boreholes for Turkana, and we did 13 boreholes for Taita Taveta County. I've been also able to map groundwater for the county government, not county government, but enough the National Affirmative Action for the county of Kakamega, under the leadership of the Honorable Simhan. They gave us some job for mapping groundwater in that area and providing groundwater in every ward in Kakamega, which has around 60 wards, and we are able to map that. I've also done some work in Homa Bay under the Member of Parliament for Homa Bay for the NGCDF, which we mapped around 20 boreholes there for purposes of groundwater abstraction. In my responsibility as in charge of the research lab, I can say we also did a lot of water quality control and water quality pollution control, because in some areas like Kitui we did some research there, and we realized that when people are closer to water resources, that resource tend to be contaminated. We are relating the anthropology and the quality of the water. So we realized that when you are closer, or when you have a town close to boreholes, those boreholes tend to get contaminated. Chairman, as I close my introduction, I didn't mention that I was born in 1974 in that village called Nyabangi. And Chair, if you allow me later on, if there's something I've skipped in my introduction, I'll be most obliged to respond to it.
That is okay, Philemon.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that comprehensive introduction that you have done. Before I hand over to the honorable members, just a quick one. Now that you have mentioned that you have worked in all parts of the country, I'm happy with the vast experience that you have talked about, that you have in terms of water, the aspect of consultancies, those mapping and everything, mapping of the groundwater. You have also mentioned that a number of in terms of work that you have done, you have visited a number of counties, including other constituencies. Just a concern, now with the vast experience, Philemon, that you have had, I expected you to mention at least even one that you have done here in Kericho. That is number one. And then secondly, now that you are coming in as the CC in charge of water, should you be approved by this honorable house, what new thing or new aspects are you bringing to this county government, given that you are aware, you are a resident of the very many challenges that our people are facing in terms of water shortages. There's also the aspect of safe water that you know. You even mentioned about an interesting thing about water harvesting. Those are the things that maybe probably, if you may just shed a light in a minute or two on what we expect should you be approved as a CC in charge of water. So maybe you can just respond to that quickly, and then I'll open the floor, and then we proceed from there.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. I think I skipped Kericho, maybe by virtue of the fact that I come from here, but I've done some work in Kericho County because I did survey a borehole for the Department of Health in Sigawit.
That is the one the sub-county hospital.
And also the root dispensary. And also, I remember I did some survey also for groundwater project of Kamash and other projects where the honorable majority comes from. And I know it's a successful working borehole. And there are quite a number. There's also another borehole I did which have not been opened up at Litain, where there's some structures for the municipality, public works. I did one for Litain police station, but it wasn't, it produced a lot of mud and it required a lot of cleaning. I think we didn't go to the final bit. When they were doing it, they should have done a lot of cleaning for that borehole because there's a lot of mud. But it produced some mud, which we can start following it up if given the opportunity to sit in this position as CEC for water. Honorable Chair, you've mentioned about the shortages of water that we have at the moment, and also issues to do with water harvesting. Honorable Chair, I think and members, I think we are endowed with a lot of water resources in the county, and these water shortages should be a thing of the past for our county because we have running rivers almost all over, other than the lower part of Soin, Sigawet, and maybe Kipkelion sites, which now will require serious intervention so that also they can be able to have water. But on this lower part of Belwood, you talk of Bureti and Ainamui, these shortages we should not be experiencing. And my thinking is that with the new Kimolu water supply project which has been completed and has a lot of water, because it is discharging up to 13 million cubic water. Currently they are only doing 7 million, which means there's a lot of extra water. They have done major main lines, and I'm sure very soon it will be getting to Kabategan area there. And their plan is that they will put a blood pressure tank at Cheromit area, which will supply part of Belgut. You go to Kabartegan, which will supply, the tank there will supply water for the lower part of area of Kishara, Chiboin. Chemazot will also get the lower part of Chemazot. And again, if you look at the other side of Ainamwe, this Kimuru water project will also solve their problem. I know the main line has also been laid. So in a short while, the issue of water shortage in Kericho will be done. It's just a matter of looking into those teething issues. That is the only bit that is remaining. And very soon, given the opportunity, we will be able to resolve those problems and make sure people get water. You talked of also water harvesting. We have very good valleys down there in Kipkelion areas, which you can also do good proposals so that we can harvest those water through large dams, and we will use it also to supply people and even do irrigation. The opportunity is there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Philemon. I think you have explained it well. I now want to open the floor, and I leave to the leader of majority to ask. You will take Philemon through, and then from there we will give it to Shungu. Is it the Honorable Vincent or Anthony Ruta? Okay, in that order. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And let me take this opportunity to welcome the one Philemon Kurgat to this committee. I'll be taking him through the issues to do with the work experience. And with me is your CFI. Point number 4 is talking about the work experience. And in our effort to do it properly, I'll be taking you through the same. Number 1, question 19, we will be writing it down so that if you are not provided with the writing material, maybe we can request that you be facilitated for that. The first question, Mr. Philemon, is from the CFI. I'm seeing you've said work and experience, you've said from February 2009 to date. To me, there is no break between 2009 to date. To date is 2025. And you remember you are under the oath that anything you will be giving to this committee is the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, I came into politics in the year 2017. At that time, I was also working in other private sectors. Same to you. The law requires that even as you exit to politics, you ought to resign. And I'm aware, and I have your poster with me here, that in 2017, you did run for an MCA seat in Kabianga, of which I can say you were not successful because Honorable Eric Courage was elected to this house in that 2017. Now, your CV is reading from February 2009 to date, without even a break, you've been working there. Does it mean you didn't resign even when you were coming to fight for the position of the member of the county assembly representing Kabianga Chimamudu Ward? That is number 1. Number 2, from the same CV, I must attest that indeed you did a survey for water in my place, of which the same project is successful, and to date people are using the same water, and I must give credit to that point. Maybe from all this time that you've worked, have you ever been, maybe your efforts, has it ever been recognized and be given maybe any of the document honorary for doing, yes, that is a word, for doing exemplary good? Because I have seen from the work experience, you are rich in the experience. Have you ever been maybe identified by the institutions you worked for? And if so, have you ever given you maybe an award for the same? And if any, you still forward maybe to the chairman of this committee. I will not be asking the issue to do with your membership, because I have seen you are a member of 3 professional bodies. Maybe when you will be leaving, but I have seen the documents before us here. We expect to see the documentations to that effect, that you are a member of those professional bodies that you've mentioned. The second question is whether, because it is not indicated in the CV, whether you've ever been dismissed or removed from office for contravening the Article 75 of the Constitution. I think you should know the Article 75, what does it say, and whether you've been either been removed or dismissed from the cell. The fourth question is that you have been appointed to the CEC for Water, Energy, Forestry and Natural Resources. Who is the chairman? Committee on Water, and whether you are aware that the same docket that you've been appointed to, the departmental committee of the House, you will be handling how many chairmen and who are their names, and specifically maybe where are they coming from, or their representatives of which wards. The final one, Chairman, because I think you see the work experience is quite large, Chairman. I don't mind if I still come back on the same issues. Maybe if you will allow me, Chair, we get the candidate maybe to respond to those questions, then I'll finish. Thank you.
All right. In brief, Philemon, you can just respond to that. Try to be precise as much as possible.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chairman. Honorable Chairman, allow me to respond to Honorable Philemon, the majority leader, on the issue of resignation. We got, you remember, it was even within this county that some gentleman went to court and we were allowed to fire even before resigning. It was within the corridors of Kericho courts, and we were allowed to fire without resigning.
Can you quote maybe the filing of the cell?
I cannot remember, but it's true. We were allowed to fire because of that case that was running in the corridors of this county.
Now campaigning runs for quite some months. How did you manage? Did you used to escape maybe from works? How did you manage to run without even resigning from your job?
That would have contributed to my not being elected to be the member of County Assembly for Kabianga, because I used to come over the weekends only. And mark you, I became number 3 in that nomination. So if I would be coming all the time during the weekdays, I might have been an honorable member for this County Assembly that time. But unfortunately, I used to come only over the weekends. And people would run, and then I come and try and follow up. But fortunately enough, I was happy with the position I got, number 3, honorable member.
But actually, maybe, I don't know whether you are saying the truth from the clips when we went back to your Facebook page, because we've analyzed. We see you campaigning during the weekdays, yet you are alleging now that you are doing it during the weekends. But from your social media platforms, we can trace that you could even walk, maybe you could campaign even on the weekdays. How did you manage?
Through Honorable Chair, some occasions it would happen when I'm on leave, because most of the time when you're on leave you can also be available for the campaigns. If I take leave for say 1 week, I would have failed myself, especially towards the end of that campaign period. But most of the time I would only come over the weekends. And that is what majorly contributed to my loss for that position. I had a lot of difficulty for my team, because they would even ask me, where are you? Things are not good on the ground. Come. But I would not leave job and come and do the campaigns. So that is the true position.
Now, from the character of the person you are,
yes,
you are now given the CEC, yes, and we've seen you are rich in this experience, yes, of hydrological surveys and other things. How sure are we that now if we give you this opportunity maybe to serve as a CEC, how sure are we that you will not be escaping works to go and do other private things, even when you are given, even when you are the CEC, because now it seems it's your character. You just try to multitask. You want to be there, you want to be here. Out of that character, how sure are we that if given this opportunity, you will not also be running out of these jobs to go and do your own things?
Through the Honorable Chairman, you know, this is a huge responsibility, and it has what it carries with it. This is the position that is the principal position in the department. And rest assured that this position requires me to be in the field and in the office all the time.
Particularly, Mr. Kurgat, you say you are the principal officer in consultancy and technical services. Yes. In the other end. To me, it's a responsibility. It's a huge, it was equally a very huge responsibility that needs a lot of discipline. Now you see you could escape while being the principal officer in consultancy and technical services to come and campaign. Equally, this one, I think it is the same.
No, to the chair, Honorable Member for Gamashan, Philip, I didn't escape. I would always take leave. Not really escaping. I would take leave when it is necessary. But most of the time, I will do my work over the weekend, actually, in terms of that issue of campaign. So it was not really escaping. And this responsibility that is before me now is not the same as the other ones. This is a huge responsibility that needs to make a lot of decision. So to me, this is my passion I mean, Kericho has been where I want to come and work. Most of the time, when I walk outside there, you have that feeling that you are missing something to your people, and yet you are doing it elsewhere. So, I think I am home, given the opportunity. We will work expressly together.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe you can proceed with the other questions.
The other question, Honorable Chair and members, was that have you ever been recognized or given any honorary awards? I can say when I was working with Excellent Development Kenya, I got a certificate of excellence, and it is deposited with those documents. I feel this was an honor to me because we were given certificates in recognition of the good job we did there. And also my promotions has been coming through because of my hard work. And I feel that is also another recognition. Once you are given letters of appreciation and also you get promotion, I feel it is part of, you are honored. It may not be in a form of medal, but even writing a letter to your staff saying that you have done some good job, to me is an honor. I think we've dispensed off with the professional bodies where I belong to. I belong to Geological Society of Kenya, and my documents are there to attest, and also Geologists Registration Board, Geologists Registration Board, and Geological Society of Kenya. I'm also a licensed hydrogeologist, licensed by the Ministry of Water as a consulting hydrogeologist. Being dismissed, I have not been dismissed, Honorable Chair. And you asked me of my department, that is the Department of Water, and it's chaired by Honorable Member for Kapsuzer.
What is his name?
I got this name. You know, his campaign name was Diplo, but the other one is escaping me. But I know it's honorable. With due respect, I can remember the campaign name. I think he's Honorable Kemoy.
You think Odino
has been coming also so majorly.
Nice.
With all due respect. Yes.
Now, the same committee, I told you the department that you've been appointed in the county assembly has been divided into how many committees?
It's a committee on environment and a committee on what?
Who chairs the committee on environment?
Honorable. I think I'll pass that on honorable member. I can't remember his name.
And you intend to come and work with the people you don't even know their names?
No, but the honorable member for the committee for water is someone I know.
But you see, you've been appointed to committee to the Department of Water, Energy, Forestry, Natural Resources.
Yes.
Now I'm asking, the other committee is chaired by who? If you don't know, just say you don't.
Through the chair, I think we will quickly, given the opportunity, catch up. And remember the other day I think there must have been some reshuffle. But
before you are appointed or after you are appointed?
Just before.
Before you are appointed, to means immediately you got the appointment, you ought to have known the kind of people you are going to work with. You ought even to have moved ahead, interact with them and the likes. Anyway,
yes.
Can we move to one final question,
yes.
Chairman? From the rich experience of one Honorable Philemon on issues of charity and pro bono works,
yes.
I know Kabianga has been suffering a lot, and you see you had an intention to represent those people of Kabianga in this honorable house one time in 2017.
Yes.
Now, given all this opportunity, what have you done in Kabianga or Chemamul,
yes.
that what have you done maybe on these issues of pro bono and charity works, more so inclined to your work experience of providing water to the residents? Because I believe you came to Kamashan and other areas that you've mentioned on contracts. I'm asking now on pro bono works, what is it that you've done that has touched the people of Kabianga Chemamulu ward? Only, I don't want even you to mention these other words because you had no interest, but you had interest in Kabianga Chemamulu.
I answer it directly?
Yes.
Honorable Chair, for this pro bono work, at some point, with my colleagues at where I work, we came to map the water quality for water resources within Kabianga ward, and we collaborated with a company called Chujio Filters, and they donated some filters for us. So
which project in Kabianga Chemamulu?
No, it was pro bono work from where I was working.
I'm saying those filters, because those filters you must have installed in a project. That is it.
Honorable member, those filters are not installed. They are just domestic filters.
So these are domestic filters, not like the other filters.
They are not installed in a place so that it filters water, but you pour water inside it and you can be able to get clean water for drinking. It's a small pot.
You donated how many?
I think we did around 15 filters.
15?
Yes.
So to 15 families?
Yes.
That's the only you've done in Kabianga Chemamulu?
We were doing some critical villages and also trying to understand the water quality and advise them. Even the fact that you advise them on their kind of water in terms of quality, to me, Honorable Member, is a score, because they know the quality of their water, and then we could also advise them on how to try and improve the quality by telling them several methods of trying to treat water, like filtration through those studios, like boiling, just some training to ensure that they get clean water, and they use clean water especially for drinking.
Final one, Chairman, as I hand it over to you, maybe Philemon, do you have any objection if this committee decides to make inquiries within your present employer or Ivaris in the course of consideration of your nomination, more so when you've said clearly and you are on record that you are coming maybe only during weekends and off times. If we get the data, would you mind if we make inquiries into your current employer that you used to come for this time?
Through the chair, I have no objection, Honorable.
Thank you, Chairman.
No objection.
All right, thank you so much, Philemon, for that. Now the Honorable Anthony Ruta.
Thank you, Chairman. Because of the interest of time, I will take the shortest time possible. Philemon.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you were telling us, when you were giving us a brief history of yourself, we discovered that you started from a humble background.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, in addition to that, congratulations for your nomination as a CEC in the Department of Water, Environment, Energy, and Natural Resources. Mine will be very short. You have already enumerated, or you have already told us about your education background, your trainings, and what have you. And after going through your credentials, we have seen that all those are relevant to the office that you have been nominated to. I just want to get some few clarifications from you. With those past experience, that rich experience, I know you've done several publications. Your publications, you must have published books, articles, and what have you, that concern your area of expertise. Could you please enumerate or give us some of the articles or books that you might have published? The last one on the same. If you also have copies that concerns the same, because I have seen that when I was going through your curriculum vitae, I discovered that you are a member of some professional associations, meaning that must have, or you might have done some policy statements, memoranda, and what have you that concerns them, that concerns your area of expertise. So if you have also copies of the same, you can avail to this honorable committee. No panelist. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Chairman.
All right, thank you. You can respond to that, Philemon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman, my application, I just participated in one published research when we were doing mapping for water quality for Magadi area, and we did it in conjunction with other colleagues whom we were working together at the Kenya Water Institute. And that's the only one publication I've done. I think I will have failed the the document. I didn't carry with me the document. The other publications were just meant for my training at the university, which is academic, which is published by the University of Nairobi in the Department of Geology. That is 2 of them, which it was meant for the award of degree for Bachelor of Science in Geology, which is not published in renowned journals, but at the university for purposes of plagiarism. You cannot copy it because it was done by myself. So those are the only publications I can say I have done. But the one for Magadi, I'll have failed the.
Okay, that is in order.
Yes.
All right, that is okay. All right, the Honorable Vincent Korir.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Kurgat, congratulations for getting the chance to be nominated to this position. And I would like to know how many years of experience in total do you have in water sector? And as you know, this department will not only deal with water. There is an aspect of NARE, that's the natural resources. And again, if you get successful, you will be in charge of several sections of water. There is energy and the natural resources. Now, I've seen your experience much more in boreholes and mapping of water, which is very good. But maybe you can tell us how many years of experience do you have in maybe policy formulation, management, and other aspects of that department, maybe the energy and the natural resources, so that we can be able to know if you have a whole experience in that department. Maybe again, in that line, I've heard you talk about surface water and borehole water. We are always leaving one very important, which is rain. It's very good also to tell us about rainwater. Is it applicable? Is it important to water harvesting? And again, when it comes to the resources are shared and they are protected. What experience do you have in that, in environment, resources, and sharing of those resources, especially with the community? Thank you.
Thank you, Philemon. You can respond to that.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Allow me to respond to the question from Honorable Vincent Korir. On the work experience, I can say I've been in the water sector for about 20 years. I started training in 1994, and I got to interact with a lot of projects to do with water. From that low level as a plumber. And also, you know, that service was connected with building services. So the issues of surface water and groundwater most of the time goes together, because it's only that there's the groundwater held by some structures, which you can bring it up to the surface level so that you can also abstract that water. The water in the ground are held also with some structures, but natural structures. When you bring it to the surface, you just introduce the artificial structures to tap that water for you, like the weirs, like the pans. So I was, as I had mentioned before, I was looking at areas like the lower side of Kipkeli, the eastern part, the area of Tendeno. They have got some good valleys. We can make good structures for rainwater harvesting by abstracting that water on the pans, and you can be able to use it for water water for domestic and also use it for irrigation. If given the opportunity, I will be seeking your approvals to be put budget on such mega structures which can serve two purposes other than do small structures also that can only serve for drinking water. Can also do mega projects that can do both provision for water for drinking and also for irrigation purposes. So rainwater is also key. And my experience in management, I can put it as around 5 years. The other 15 years is operative, meaning I'm a hands-on person. I will tell you that this water will go to this direction and not this other direction. And all along, including in terms of piping, in terms of issues to do with drilling, construction of drilling, boreholes, and even surface water, construction of the weirs, those structures. When we were doing sand dams, we were dealing with mortar and concrete. So basically, I'm also a hands-on person in terms of construction. So all is well, given the opportunity, I can be able to guide.
Okay.
I think that's all from.
All right. Okay. And thank you, the Honorable Julius Sele.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Honorable Kurgat, from the statement you have given us, it shows that you are well conversant with the water as a commodity. Please, can you state us your net worth?
Yes, your net worth.
Honorable Chair, from my estimates, Honorable Chair, I can say my net worth is about 33.62 million, comprising of the following. There is land at my home, around 3.5 acres, which is family land with tea, which an estimated value of around 14 million. And then I have also a small piece of land at Kaplela at around 1.2 acres, estimated value of 2 million, and a plot in Nairobi around Kitengela area, which is an estimate of around 5 million. I also have a plot in my home, which is developed Nyabangi, which is about 2.5. I also have one at Kolongate, which is about 1 million. I can say on improvement, I have a dairy unit, which is about 2 million. And house and households is about 1.5 estimate value. I have a lot of, I have some.
You said your house and
household goods.
And household goods.
Whatever it is in the house.
And plus the house.
Yes.
So the house is together with all the.
Yes.
Is 1.5 million.
Yes. Because it is. I just started another structure, but that's what it has been housing me for the time being.
Sorry, that must be either a one-bedroom house or
it's two. It's a small one.
Okay.
Yes. Honorable Chairman, I have my saloon car worth around 1.2, and then I have a 10-ton Leyland old Leyland Comet worth around 2.5, and then I have shares also in Kulima Sacco around 1.26, and Highland Sacco here in Kericho around 120K, and Golden Hill Sacco around 540,000, all coming to the 3.62. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kurgat. I hope what you have given us is the truth.
Yes.
I've got another question. Have you ever been charged in court of law in the last 3 years?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
On top of
Thank you,
that,
Mr. Chairman.
yes, thank you so much, Honorable Shele. Maybe just to ask is whether you have been adversely mentioned in an investigatory report of County Assembly or Parliament or any other commission of inquiry in the last 3 years. Have you been mentioned in any report, be it in Parliament, County Assembly, or Commission of Inquiry?
No, not yet, Honorable Chairman.
All right, thank you so much. So right, fine, okay, I'll give it to Honorable Maritim, and then we'll come back to you, Honorable Vincent, later. Okay.
Okay, Chairman, thank you. Mine is a quick one.
Yes.
And a direct one. Mr. Kurgat, how many CEOs, chief officers, has been hired, have been there in Department of Water since this government came into place?
Through the chair, Honorable Martin, do you mean the
chief officers who have been there since 2022?
Since 2020, that's why
Yes.
I wanted that clarification.
Yes.
Yes. Chief officer, I know of one. Number one was
the number, only the number, not the names.
okay.
Who have been there
I remember.
since this government came into place? Dr. Mutai's government.
I remember it's 3.
3.
Yes.
Okay, for your information, it is 5.
Okay, I remember
Okay,
3.
another question.
Yes.
How did you find yourself here? That is, you can put it down.
Okay.
That is, how did you find yourself here? Then today, you are in this interview or vetting because somebody was fired due to incompetence. And so also the CEOs are away from the department. We don't know if large, many challenges there. We don't know. How will you, if approved by this committee, what input will you put in the department? Because the department now is doing poorly, rated number last in the county government of Kericho. What input, what measures will you put in place? This collapsing department. Lastly, Chairman, company called Kewasco, it is also collapsing. Measures will you put in place?
All right, thank you. We need to, Sergeant Adam, with the people in charge of the voice, I know that microphone is not working. So I give it to, maybe you, I hope, Philemon, you have noted that. Maybe on the aspect of, I will not ask you how many chief officers have been there, but I want to believe you are the same Philemon Kurgat that was submitted last time to be a chief officer in charge of water. You will confirm that. And now that you are not vetted by this house, maybe just your comment and observation, given that you are now going to work with someone also who competed with you in that position. Should you be approved, you'll be working with one engineer Mitei who was approved as your as a chief officer in your department. So just for observation and comments on that. And then Honorable Eric B. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. And once again, welcome, Kurgat. I have a follow-up question, the same regarding to a company which is under county government of Kericho, called Kewasco. I think you are aware because this is a company which provides water to the residents of Kericho, mainly towns. And for the last 4 months, the company has been actually in a solid state. It has not been performing so well. And there is the issue of maybe staff going for strike. And of course, there is the non-revenue water going up above the standard 65%. And what you have actually mentioned through your
submission is that you done so well in surface water and of course underground water. So one question I'll ask you, what will you do to salvage the company called Kawasco? And of course, when it comes to the issue of striking staffs, what is that main thing you can input? We've given an opportunity as a chief officer in charge of the department. Number two, through the chair, is that you've rightfully mentioned the issues of water poles being actually across the country. What is that thing you'll do? Because if you are very much aware that the pole drilling is not much sustainable, what is the comment and what is the advice you can give the department? Because where I come from, Chair, is that we are drilling so many poles, and sometimes we may not be able to succeed with the water. We may get around 2 cubic meter water. What is that advice you can give the department so that we can have a sustainability of this drilling of poles, and of course your opinion, the expert opinion regarding the same, so that we can progress. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I want us to take the last one from, then we'll answer, then we'll go to Honorable Borogon. But let's go to the Honorable Francis Terer on the matter of problem solving. Maybe you can test the suitability of the candidate or nominee on that aspect.
Thank you so much, Chairman, for giving me this opportunity also to welcome Mr. Philemon Kurgat, who has been nominated to this docket. And during your introduction, when Philemon, you spoke of your education background, you talked of Kericho High School. In which year were you in Kericho High School? A quick one.
Honorable Chair, I joined Kericho High School in 1990 and I exited in 1993.
1993.
Yes.
Do you remember
Chairman.
this face?
The honorable member was my schoolmate in Kericho High School, Honorable Chairman.
And that, oh, sorry for that.
Chairman, I want to declare my conflict of interest.
I think we skipped the most important
Yeah.
during our introduction, and we can use it, this opportunity so that we can declare interests. Okay, the Honorable Francis Terer.
Thank you so much, Chairman. So I want to declare that conflict of interest that Mr. Kurgat was my classmate in Kericho High School from 1990 to 1993. And in that regard, I want to challenge Mr. Kurgat in case of any potential conflict of interest during your assumption of office. What will you do in case you encounter one? Number two, are you aware of the program in county known as FLOCA? There has been a lot of outcry among the contractors on the management of funds of FLOCA in the Department of Water. How will you ensure that there is transparency and accountability within the department so that you ensure that there is, and the contractors will not be, there will not be an outcry in the Department of Water? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, maybe in line with that, the Philemon, recently, as you all know, and I know you know because previously, you have worked closely with the county government of Kericho. There have been an outcry from the contractors regarding the management of funds allocated not only to FLOCA, but even to the vote of water, environment, forest and natural resources. And the department, there are allegations that the department, I don't even think these are allegations, the department during the meeting that we had in Naivasha acknowledged that they have been issuing LSOs or awarding contracts despite the department having insufficient funds. My question really will be, how will you ensure transparency and accountability in the management of those projects under your department, given the challenges that they have at the moment? So maybe you will respond to that, and then I'll give it to Honorable Borogon. And then finally, I will give it to Honorable Vincent, and then we will summarize. Just be precise as yeah, I'll give you a minute each. The honorable members also who are sitting close to Kurgat, that far end. So maybe you can respond to that, and then I'll give to Ogon, and then Honorable Vincent, and then I'll come to the honorable members who are here. They are here. Okay. So I'll proceed, Philemon. I'll try to be brief as possible.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I'll be very brief. Honorable Chairman, I want to start with the last question about what will I do about this issue of the department with a lot of outcry, and the issue I want to combine with the issue of locker, because you know when you get some funding, it normally comes with its own regulations. And as county government department, it is a government institution, and government has its own procedures of awarding tenders and doing business with people from outside the government organ. There are procedures for procurement and there are rules, and FLOC is also coming with its own regulations. I think I will want to strictly follow those regulations that are required, so that any conflict of interest may not arise. Because this is a government institution, and we have regulations that govern issues to do with procurement services, whether you are procuring goods or whether you are procuring a service. That is the key thing that I want to clearly ensure that it is observed. And on conflict of interest, if it may arise, most of the time the prudent thing is to recuse yourself. If you are conflicted in an issue, you recuse yourself, or you even upscale it to the board so that they make the decisions about it.
All right, fair
I
enough.
think that's the major thing we normally do when you are under conflict. And for issues to do with boreholes, there was an activity that was done in the department sometimes back when the county government came into place. I'm not very sure exactly when, but I know groundwater was mapped all over the country. And we know areas where there is potential and areas where there is no potential for groundwater. Given the opportunity, I'll go and look quickly on that activity that was done. It had a very clear map on where to do boreholes and where not to do boreholes. So that is the thing that we need to look, because we need not to reinvent the wheel, because it's already done, and we know exactly where we can do boreholes and where we cannot do boreholes. And maybe we can only go and do the audit of that report, so that we understand exactly if it captured the real position of the county of Kericho.
Chairman.
To interject. Okay.
Specifically on boreholes. Thank you, Chairman. We had a debate somewhere. Some people were saying about underground water and service water. As an expert, I hope you can assist us to understand more about service water in terms of safety, service water and underground water. We had an expert who has a lot of expertise in terms of water, and he was saying that underground water is not safe for human consumption and also for domestic use. some of us who have a lot of interest, especially those ones of us who are coming from the upper part of Kericho County, Kilian East and Kilian West. We have invested a lot of money in drilling of boreholes. And this particular thing was very discouraging to us. And he was, in fact, he was telling the public that underground water is not safe for human use. As an expert, Mr. Kurgat, could you please assist us to clarify that particular issue? Thank you.
All right, thank you. You can respond to that, and then I will not allow interjection anymore, honorable members, because of time. We need to give it to Honorable Ogony, and then I'll open the floor. I've seen the hand of Honorable Matthew and Honorable Chief Whip who wants to say something. We will still come back, but let him handle the issues that you have not responded. There was the issue of Kewasco and the rest. Just briefly. Yes, proceed, Philemon.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Honorable Chairman, let me quickly dispense this question from Honorable Ruto on the issue of surface water and groundwater. To the contrary, Honorable Chairman, groundwater is more safer than surface water, simply because of the kind of pollution that is happening on the surface. You know, when water percolates to the ground, there is that tendency of self-cleansing. So most of the time, groundwater is more safer, unless they are drilled in areas that their formation is a bit saline, because water is also a universal solvent. It tends to carry along with whatever it finds. Whatever the salt it finds along the way, it dissolves and carries along with it. So when you drill boreholes in areas where there is a lot of salinity, then that's when the issue of quality comes in. But mostly, borehole water is more safer than the surface water, because of the obvious reasons what the surface water carries along. Honorable Chair, let me answer also the issue of Kewasco that was asked by Honorable Member, Honorable B. Kewasco had an issue of non-revenue that is going to a tune of almost 53% of what is produced, and this is actually dangerous, because we expect Kewasco to be part of as good as we want it to be for public good. It must also try and sustain itself and also generate some revenue. I think what is attributed to the loss in Kewasco, majorly the old system that was done long time ago, and during construction of roads, I'm told most of the pipelines were affected. So, and you can imagine those pipes were laid long time ago also, and it is GI pipes. It tends to be eroded away with time. So, to me, for issues of Kewasco, we need to look at also the system, which is quite old enough. And the other thing is the culture in the workplace. I think there have been a lot of issues because of maybe salaries not being paid. So staff might tend to be demoralized and start also doing their illegal connections. So we need to look at issues to do with culture at workplace.
Okay. Next, yes. Any other thing that you have not handled other than Kewasco?
I think I've...
All right, thank you. So, Honorable Kiprotich Rogan.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Kurgat, welcome to this committee. Sorry, I came late because I was elsewhere. My name is Honorable Kiprotich Rogan. I represent the great people of Sigawit. It borders your ward, that is Kabianga, and I'm a member of this committee. I only have two issues. One, should this committee approves you and subsequently you are approved by the House, you will be the CEC in charge of water, and you will be the principal advisor to the governor in terms of water and the entire department. Was it the nominee? The docket you're going to handle, if this committee approves you, is critical, because one, the county government of Kericho is tasked with the provision of water, and we have a number of issues in that docket. I know members have raised issues to do with Flocker. It's a donor-funded project, but at the moment it is marred with a lot of controversy. I'm sure you've stated what you will do. I have only one issue. I was in a function yesterday, and the people who approached me talked to me about Kewasco. Kewasco, we have a report in this house, and one of the members who are seated here today is a member of that committee. Non-revenue water stands at more than 50%. The standard practice requires that it should be below 25%. Kewasco has witnessed withdrawal of customer deposits. It is illegal in law. Number two, we have witnessed the staff in Kewasco not earning anything, but the company is remitting pay and all other statutory deductions. The point I'm making is the company is ailing. I want you to tell this committee what you intend to do to ensure Kewasco, goes back to where it was, where things are done procedurally, and the members of the community benefits. And lastly, at the moment, we have a huge pending bill in the docket you are likely to, oversee. What commitment are you giving to this committee that will sort out the issues around the water docket?
Okay, that is very important. Pending bills. I now give to the Honorable Matthew, and we go to Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Hezron, Honorable Dominic. Only one comment, one observation, or one question, please, because of time.
Okay, thank you, Chair. The nominee, I have just one question concerning, we have a number of projects in this county that has been installed for long. One is the Kipkobo Water Project. What I want to know is that, what will you do if the committee, appointment committee, give you a chance to serve as the CC in charge of water? And then another thing is that we have a number of dam sites in this county under the environment. So what will you do to ensure that each and every sub-county secure a dam site for us to not even to be bringing the waste from all the sub-counties to one dam site that we have within the town? So thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Those are very two direct questions.
Chairman, if you can allow me also as the respond to the question,
yes,
to tell us what is the budget of this department that you are being interviewed for. Thank you.
Please note, I hope you are noting that, Philemon. Honorable National Vice Chair, Majority Whips in Kenya, the Honorable Aaron Rotich. One observation or one question.
Thank you, Chairman. I think mine, Chairman, is on the issue of technical parts. There is an issue that has actually cropped, Chairman, on the issues of the new project, that is a Kimogo Water Project. remember, this Kimog Water project was supposed to be serving as per the design that in Amoy, South Belgut, and probably parts of Kipkelion East. And Chairman, recently I noted that we are told that the prayers are not that powerful in my home, that is in Seretut. So, and currently the project has been connected away to my home. And Mr. Chairman, I'm asking whether which advice are you to give to governor? Because the other day I had other people that they were requesting governor to expand all the way to Bureti, while the pressure here in Seretut cannot even can sustain. So, Chairman, I think it's good that we also make these things clear, because there's no need of actually erecting projects when actually the existing project cannot even feed the people of Seretut. So, Chairman, another thing that I want to confirm on the same is that, in my view, the same project that is Kimog Water project should actually stall fast at Seretut or end at Seretut, so that the Kipkobob, which we gave appropriation over 100 million, because I remember in the last dispensation, Chairman, we gave them 100 million. So in my advice, my best view, Chairman, is to probably ask Wazir, the nominee, to probably give his own technical advice, because if the intake is actually producing very low as in the yield is very low in essence, then definitely it cannot even sustain people of Belgut, then again all the way to Bureti. So what advice are you going to give now that we appropriated over 100 million? Already I'm told they are supposed to be expanding from the other quarter of Bureti, and also they are going to get recently about 1.something billion on is it KMW or something, Chairman. So I think maybe you can advise, because we don't want to envisage a program which we are going to sink more money into a project that is not going to be productive to our people. Maybe you can advise that one. You can give us an advice. Right. Now that you've gotten the picture of the same.
All right. Should he be appointed?
Oh, sorry. Should you be? Of course, be chairman. Of course, you know that already. Okay. I'm thinking of.
All right.
I'm tempted, chairman.
Thank you. So the Honorable Dominic, who is also the area MCA from Kabianga, where Philemon is coming from. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I want to declare the conflict of interest because Philemon comes from my ward, and I wish him all the best. I wonder, Philemon, how will you relate well, or what is your plan and strategy to get out of partners for more funding to our county? I think that is all, Chairman. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The Honorable Hezron Metich from Chilchila.
Thank you, Chair. I have two questions. One is that, the department you have been nominated to is Water, Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources. I want you to comment on the aspect of Energy Directorate in the Department of Directorate, the department you have been nominated to, what entails and what are your plans toward the same. Number two is that, as you are aware, that the role mostly for CEC is always policy development and advisory. In an event that this committee finds you suitable that to approve you, what is that one policy, legislation, or a law that you will push to be discussed and passed in this in this assembly, so that the county government of Kericho can work effectively and efficient and functional when as per your department. And then one last is that according to your qualification, I have learned that you did a craft in plumbing, and then you proceeded water engineering on your diploma, And finally, you did on your PSC geology, which is which you have circumnated the entire department, and you are well conversant. Now, can you relate your qualification from craft diploma to bachelor's in relevance to your docket you have been nominated, considering the different directorates? Can you relate so that at least we get to know if you are qualified enough? Thank you, Chairman.
Well, thank you very much. Maybe we will allow the nominee to answer all these questions, and for this case, I don't think we will allow any more questions because of time. So kindly answer the questions and direct to the point. Don't go around the bush. Kindly go direct to the points.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I want to start with the last question from Honorable Eston about my training and relating it to the docket I have been nominated. I want to say that training as low as from craft level entails a lot of practice. And the department I'm being feathered for is rightfully placed with my training because it deals with issues to do with water. And in this low level, you do a lot of practice in terms of pipe laying, in terms of construction. So I feel I'm a bit advantaged because I'm an hands-on person. I understand from the bottom, starting from plumbing works all the way to policy level. If you come to water engineering, it adjusts at that diploma level to some larger structures, which means we can also do mapping and designing of larger water resources like dams and ponds. And when you go to groundwater, or PSC in geology, it entails also quite expansive issues from groundwater to natural resources like minerals, which I know in Kericho we have bauxite. We can also venture into looking at how we can be able to utilize such minerals within the county. So if you link it to the department, you realize that I want to given the opportunity, I'll bring in those issues that may not have been exhausted at the moment, going to the extent of the natural resources and also any other mineral that is available within the county. The other bit was issues to do with policy, which was also raised by Honorable Esron. I'm intending to bring out the issue of water quality clearly to the limelight. And I will be intending to bring forth this policy to do with water quality control and pollution in relation to health within the county, so that we restrict pollution of water and enhance health for the people of the county, so that we can be able to work so closely with the Ministry of Health and identify areas where, healthy workforce can produce compared to when there are issues to do with diseases. So I want to work on some policies that will bring together the two so that they can work in synergy. And on that note also, I'm intending also to come and seek for your approval, having considered with the executive, to also maybe do a serious lab, that is a accredited lab, whereby we'll be also checking on the water quality for what we produce in the county and even outside the county, because it can also be one of the revenue streams for the county. I realize when you do a serious accredited lab, including even for soil, you will be generating revenue out of it, as well as controlling the quality of the water that we serve to our people. So I want to relate the two and come up with a policy on the same. Then there was another question from Honorable Rotich, Mr. Chairman, about the Kimungu Water Project. The Kimungu Water Project intends to have a break pressure tank at Jeromit, and that one will now post the Siretut ward. The Jeromit ward. The Jeromit break pressure tank will solve that problem. You are saying.
So the break pressure tank will act as pressure break tank at the same time distribution.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the water from Kimungu is on the other side. It must be the pressure
for money. How will you ensure that the projects that are implemented?
The answer, the honorable member.
Yes.
About the issue of the value for plumbing level to policy level. So I am out of experience that I will tell you this is not the right direction to go. This is the right procedure that is supposed to be done, because I also have an advantage that I'm coming from a government sector, which we practice those procurement rules as stipulated in the Procurement Disposal Act. So, honorable member, if considered, rest assured, we need to follow these regulations with all fairness.
Thank you. Can you now stick to the questions that you asked?
Well, there's a question from Honorable Esron on issues to do with energy, which is also squarely resting in the docket I've been nominated for. At the moment, I think what the county government deals with in energy is mostly on the green energy. And I will be looking into consideration of using solar energy instead of electrical energy to pump our systems, so that we reduce on cost of pumping. So I will be proposing that what I was also intending to come and support the department in writing winning proposals. What is key most of the time is, do you got the right proposal to source for money? Because money is outside there. People have money and they are willing to give us. If you talk to these people from West European countries, they will give you money as grants. So we need to quickly sit down and do proposals, winning proposals, so that we can be able to get grants, the way we've been also getting in some parts of the project that we do in the department. It is also another key area. There was a question from Honorable Matthew. Honorable Matthew on Kipkobo. Chair, I think there is some funds allocated to Kipkobo to clear the remaining bit of that project. And very soon, Kipkobo will be also up and running. I'm aware there is some money that has been put there. And in a moment, Kipkobo will be completed, because they started from laying the pipelines rather than the intake. So I think there was an issue with the intake in terms of ownership also. So in a moment, I know Kipkobo will be up and running. Mr. Honorable Chairman. There was also another question from Honorable Matthew on issues to do with dam sites, which I'll be encouraging the 3 RRs in terms of solid waste management. where you need to reduce, you need to recycle and reuse. And this can only happen when you segregate the solid waste from the source. Also segregation. And also we might be looking into considering giving opportunities to people who generate this waste also to collect their waste. Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
All right. Thank you. Philemon, I think you have responded to all the questions raised. And looking at our time, I think we have 40 minutes. And at this point in time, the Honorable Anthony Ruta, maybe just briefly, please.
Mr. Kurgat, I wanted only to bring to your attention that if in any case you are given this opportunity to serve as the CEC water, the department has a lot of problems. That is what I want to bring to your attention. In other words, you have a big task ahead of you. Among them, as we are talking now, programs, rolling out of projects and programs in the department is wanting. As we are speaking now, we are approaching the end of the financial year. Programs in the department have not been rolled out. Meaning that you have a big task ahead of you. So as a committee on appointment, we wish to know from you what mitigations are you going to put in place so that, to see to it that in future projects and programs are rolled out in time. Another thing again, Mr. Kurgat, your department consists of several components. Among them, natural resources, energy, forestry, and what have you. In fact, our concentration mostly has been in water. But forestry has not come out clearly. What plans do you have? What plans will you put in place to see to it that as a country, as a county, we enhance forestry cover in our county? You have talked of energy. One of my colleagues have also typed on energy. Energy has not come out clearly again in the department. Natural resources. I know Kericho County is not endowed so much with availability of minerals. But we are told gold is available in some place in Keblanget. In fact, people are mining gold locally in Keblanget. What are you going to do to make sure that such resources are exploited for the benefit of the residents of Kericho? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
All right, thank you. I want to give it to Honorable Gilbert Ngetich a minute. But before then, so that you summarize Philemon, because that will be the last one, whatever Honorable Anthony Ruta has asked you to respond, of course, should you be appointed, please note that you will be serving the whole county. We don't expect you to be serving, for instance, Kabianga only, or some sections of this county. I hope you are very aware. I have received a text from the people who are following us online are complaining that there is biasness when it comes to implementations, and they are only being implemented in one area, one section, or even areas where if you don't support the regime of the day, that means you will not get services. That is what the text that I'm just communicating, the text that I have received. So please note that, so that you, as you will respond to what Honorable Anthony Luta asked you, maybe you will just touch on that. And maybe to summarize, what he's asking is that if today you are appointed, what will be your first 100 days priority actions? Not only water, but water, environment, energy, and natural resources across the whole county. I think that is the main challenge that we have in that department. And also remember to address the issue as raised by one of the viewers following us on the aspect of fairness when it comes to distribution of programs across the county. There are allegations that you must know the CEC, know the CEO, or even the governor himself for the projects to be done. So that is something that has been raised. It's not from me, it's from a concerned citizen of this county. So I'll give to Honorable Gilbert a minute, and then you will respond to that, and then we close.
Okay, thank you, Chairman, for giving me this opportunity. I'm Agol Kiliban Gentich, Kimarus MCA Kishara Ward. Honorable Chair, I overheard the talking of Kipkobo, that there is some funds appropriated for it to be actually used in actually realizing that particular project. As we talk today, we don't know even whether there is any procurement plan done, because we knew there was a design problem in that particular project, which of course it halted the progress as it were before, because we expected the project to serve all the Bureti sub-county. But now, because of the design problems, I didn't expect the incoming CEC to tell this committee that there is funds to be used in actually realizing the project, yet the design problem has not been handled. And Chairman, I wanted to know more about, could be, sorry I was late, I wanted to know, could be the plans in which the incoming, since the time devolution started, we don't have any clear source of water in that sub-county. And as we speak today, I think what will actually work as a litmus test, and I'll also be waiting in the assembly proceeds when you will be approved, the plan you have for Buretians. If at all that it will rely on Kipkobo, or we will have the Kewasco water. I've heard you talking of the Seretot tank. I don't know, there were some rumors that it can extend to it's true, and if it is not true, you will also approve or disapprove whether it is actually realistic to have this Dokamoja water being actually sourced to Buretians. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, I think that is a more specific questions to Bureti, but as you also respond, you will enumerate your water master plan for the whole county. So you can respond to that briefly, and then we summarize. Philemon, kindly.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Let me begin with the question from Honorable Ruta about the issue of having dwelt so much in issues to do with water than the other bit of what we have in the department. We have the issue of forestry that you have raised, and my intention was that if given the opportunity, I was looking at using the idle lands that are within the county for reforestation, and majorly my thoughts were I will be seeking approvals from the executive and the honorable house if we can be able to do even fruit trees in terms of reforestating those idle lands, so that you benefit from a revenue stream from that forest. At the same time, you can also be able to get the place covered. And I was looking at even also reaching out to the other departments like agriculture, given the opportunity, so that we can be able to work together, even to produce seedlings of fruit trees that can be able to assist the county to generate revenue at the same time doing the forest cover. You talk of the minerals that we have. We are not so in doubt actually on issues to do with minerals in the county. We have bauxite and the issue of gold. I think what I will want to do is to collaborate even with the national government on also mapping these minerals within the county and seeing its viability. It can be there, but the viability, it might not be of any for you to establish and say you want to mine, the resource must be endowed enough so that you cannot put up a structure that will also, when you start mining, it will not even pay for the cost of the paraphernalia for acquiring that mineral. So I'll look into that clearly and see if we can be able to, if it can be of any value to mine. Honorable Chair, you had asked about the issue of fairness in terms of supply and the issue of maybe you need to know somebody so that you can get these services. I want to say that to me, I'll be very, very objective and professional in terms of handling issues to do with the department. There are code of conducts of practice which are with us. I would want to really be very objective with all due fairness so that everybody is served equally and humbly. Okay. Within the 100 days, I would want to quickly understand the department coming in, and they only to listen to the people you have in the department and understand where the problems are, so that we go for the low-hanging fruits. There are some things that we can quickly handle within these 100 days, because we have, for example, the Kimugu water project is a 13 million discharge source. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. During my background check, I think the design issue didn't crop up. What I got is that the Kimugu, the Kipkobop water project, they had an issue with the intake and the route, because some people were saying the route should be redesigned, which is not something difficult to do. It used to take some path, but when the road was done, the design was supposed to now go along the road, which is not something difficult to be adjusted.
So in the specific plan for Bureti, as asked by the Honorable MC, in the specific plan for Bureti, as asked by the MC there.
Yes, Honorable Chair, there is the Itare water source, which is there is some committee that has the task force that has been formed, so that the intake is handed over to Lake Victoria South, which means Lake Victoria South now will be manning that intake, and it will be giving us bulk water, both Bomet and Kericho County. And this water will solve the problem that we used to have in that source. And water will be flowing within Bureti, especially the area of Litein going all the way to the lower part of Kapkatet. But you realize also the Kimugu, Dugamoja, will be also serving the lower part of Kishara and Cheboin. Once the tank at Kabartegan is in place.
Cognizant of the challenges that Honorable Harun Rotich had mentioned,
yes,
that it is not working optimally, even in areas within the municipality. So maybe you will have to consider that. I don't want you to speak with confidence. Probably you may, should you be appointed, you may have to look at and see whether those options are viable, considering already their ongoing programs or projects, but the residents and the leaders from those areas are not happy with the deliverables. So maybe you will consider that should you be appointed. Thank you so much, Philemon. I want to cut you short because of time. We are very I'll just give you an opportunity to say one thing to this committee, should you be appointed. But before then, there are two things that you need to clarify. I don't know, I'm being informed by the Secretariat that your police clearance certificate is expired. I don't know whether, I'm told the validity period should be 1 year. But we have the one for June 2024. That is number one. And secondly, you had committed to produce the published work or article that you mentioned. So if indeed that is true, the issue of police clearance and now you requested for some time so that you can provide the report or the published article to us, then we give you 48 hours to do so that you can provide those documents subject to confirmation. At this point in time, our contact person will be Abraham, and Abraham is there, so that you can provide anything that is missing. I hope that is noted, is it? So that you can liaise with him and he can share with you, and then you will present it to the committee. So maybe I give you a minute to make your last comments or observations, and then we can close.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chairman. Maybe to clear with police clearance, it's valid. I have a valid police clearance here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, that one will be confirmed by Abraham. That is what I mentioned.
These are all copies of the documents
Okay.
I want to submit.
Oh, those are the, okay. You wrote to have submitted, all right.
Yes.
That is okay. So the only thing that missing is the one for published article?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'll submit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Final remarks from your end?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman and Honorable Members, for having me through this vetting period. I really want to appreciate your interactions together here with me, and I want to say that I enjoyed the vetting, and I wish to request the Honorable panel that when you retire to make your consideration, you please happily consider giving me this opportunity so that at least we come down here and serve the people of Kericho together at this level. I appreciate so much for your time and your questions. Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
All right, thank you so much, Philemon. We also appreciate you being here. We don't take it for granted. Thank you for the time that you have given us and for responding to the questions or issues that have been raised by this committee. On behalf of this committee, we want to wish you all the best. We congratulate you for the nomination, and the process is still ongoing. After this vetting process, the committee shall retreat to go and finalize on the report, and you will be informed on the same. Otherwise, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And our officers are available here. They will escort you and ensure that you have some glass of water or tea or lunch for that matter. And even if you want to be served dinner, there's no problem, depending on your on your availability. Otherwise, we are very grateful. Have a good day ahead. And
thank you so much.
Thank you. Sergeant Adams, please escort the nominee as you usher in the next nominee, that is the nominee in charge of public service, it's health services, or that is the next nominee. All right, you usher in whoever is she or he to Maliza mbio mbio.